My mum found roses on my stepdad's grave and proceeded to have a meltdown wondering if he had a side piece. But the truth was much sweeter. The first anniversary of my stepdad's passing, my mum comes home and she's a little off. Understandable for this time of year, I don't think too much of it. I knew she'd just come from the cemetery. Like clockwork, she goes every Friday and sits there for a while after she finishes work. Puts fresh flowers down from her and his mum and dad. Makes sure it's tidy and clean, removes the old flowers. She's never really gotten over him. He was so young when he passed and they'd been together over 2 decades. Then she tells me she went to the grave and found a super expensive red rose flower arrangement put into the little pots next to the headstone. Arranged super nicely, and she saw the label for the cost of the flowers so she could see it wasn't cheap. She said she texted his best friend to thank him. It's a note from him, he didn't put them there and hadn't been up there since last Sunday. And it's a note from some of the other regulars to his headstone. And as she's going on, she's like, who leaves red roses at someone's grave? Only a romantic partner would do that. Who could it have been? And she's thinking, semi-seriously, did he have some side chick? It's his first anniversary, maybe someone's only just known. And on about who this mystery woman could possibly be. Which is honestly hilarious because that man was so damn in love with her it's a joke. They were honestly soulmates and half the reason I can't seem to find a partner, it just doesn't measure up to the love they had for each other. But earlier that day, my brother is the silent type, you know, the one that kind of often communicates in grunts and one-syllable answers and is similar to a Viking. My stepdad's first anniversary comes around. I'm not one to go to gravestones, for me it's not them and I have other ways of remembering someone. We light a candle for him, have a shot of his favorite whiskey and remember the good times. But my brother comes home after work, I comment he's a little later than usual and he tells me he went by our stepdad's grave, laid some flowers and spent some time there. Super sweet. Well, I don't think anything of it. He's been working on himself recently, going to the gym, progressing career-wise, going to therapy. I know him and our stepdad had a close bond, but in the last few months before he died it was difficult. At the time my brother was a smoker, with an incredibly toxic partner who destroyed his self-confidence, who was abusive and caused a lot of arguments between him and my stepdad. Some pretty harsh comments were said between my brother and my mum about my stepdad because of his partner. She even caused a big argument at the funeral. My mum was always heartbroken at that, because she feels that those last few months my brother missed out because of her. And I know, if our stepdad could see him now he would be so proud. He was always proud of him, but I don't think my brother got that. They clashed at times. And it breaks my heart that our stepdad never got to see him succeeding like this. Anyways, by this point our mother is getting a little upset trying to figure out who this mystery woman is and I start to giggle. Because, as you've guessed it, my brother isn't the type to buy flowers. So he picked the prettiest ones. He doesn't get the difference between different flowers. She wasn't very impressed with my laughing, but it did set her off seeing the funny side of things playing Guess Who. I did eventually explain that it was my brother. And she spent the next half an hour crying over it and then cornered my brother with lots of hugs and comments while he stoically stood there and awkwardly patted her.